Good morning, David.
Good morning.
I'm really excited to be talking to you today about our up and coming festival, which you are the main act, the only act at the Nottingham Festival in a couple of weeks' time. Really appreciate you telling us a little bit more about yourself and the festival presentation.
Okay. I first formally I discovered NLP in 1990 as a result of Tony Robbins' book,
Mhm.
Unlimited Power, which I think got a lot of people into NLP. And I still think is one of the best introduction to NLP books out there, really. Started using NLP with coaching clients in the early 90s and started doing sales trainings with NLP,
Oh, yes.
which was going well. So I thought, right, maybe I better get trained formally. So in 1993, I ended up doing my practitioner training. I did it with somebody who obviously was my mentor. He also became a very good friend of mine, the late Dr. Tad James. So I did that in May 1993. Was hooked. Decided that this was what I wanted to do. By 1996, I was a master trainer of
Wow.
NLP, and which came as a bit of a surprise because it was 2 years earlier than I was expecting.
Yes.
And then I worked with Tad. We co-trained in the UK, the US, in Europe until about 2002.
Yeah.
And then, a bit cliched, as they say, the rest is history. But that's how I came about that. So I've been in the NLP personal development space for 35 years this year.
Don't look old enough, David.
I started young, and that's really what's led to what we're doing with the NLP Festival.
Yeah.
Is that one of my passions? Is that people invest a lot of money and time and energy into learning NLP.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some do it from a purely personal development perspective.
Mm.
Some people do it because they're looking at it for a second career, side hustle, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And so I've always had this thing that we wanted to empower our delegates to be able to get a return on their investment. And that's exactly what we've put together for the day for the NLP Festival.
Mm.
Because I think what a lot of people do is they go, okay, let's have a look at what other people are doing to make money out of NLP or whatever other skills they might have,
Yeah.
and do the same. And that doesn't necessarily work. A lot of people, we've had this in the past, but a lot of people, well, the performance partnership seems to be doing pretty well, so we'll just do what they're doing.
Yeah.
Well, if we were to launch the performance partnership today, we wouldn't launch it the way we did in 1993.
Yes.
The world's a different place.
Yes.
So what we're looking at for the day at the festival is really enabling people to get a personal alignment on their, let's call it empowerment business.
Yeah.
Let's make it broader.
Brilliant. Yes, absolutely.
People want to be in that empowerment space,
Yeah.
but there's many ways of doing that. So, which is the one that's going to work best for you?
Yeah.
So we're going to look at things like enabling people to discover their life purpose, enabling people to discover their life values, enable people to discover their business values,
Yeah.
And then from that, look at, okay, what out of the empowerment space is going to be the one that's going to satisfy those,
Yeah.
and be in alignment with those. Because the reason why that's important is because when you do something that's in alignment with your life purpose, your life values, your business values, then you create big results quickly and easily.
Yeah.
And then when we've moved from there, we'll go into actually something I presented at the NLP conference many years ago. I don't know if you remember my 90-minute MBA.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
which I think was a fairly sellout event. So I haven't done that to a general public since then. I don't think actually. So
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah, that was a while ago. That was when Crown House was still running the conference. But yes, I remember it being an incredibly
yes, that's
popular
right.
presentation. It was a very popular presentation, standing room only.
Yes, yeah. I think we had
Yeah.
about 50 people in a room that could seat 30, so something like that.
Sounds about right.
Yeah,
So, I mean, yes, so this day is, I mean, it's going to be self-empowering by the sounds of things, and taking people on that journey um, to ignite their own passion, purpose, and profit,
yeah,
which is kind of what the day is all about.
yeah.
I'm excited already. So, I mean, I think I've possibly just answered the question. What is fresh, innovative, and new that delegates will take away from this day?
I think the the thing really is, the world's a rapidly changing place. So there's going to be updates as far as that's concerned. I mean, the big thing I think is the whole thing about online
Yeah,
and physical. We do both.
yeah,
Hand was forced as a result of lockdowns, COVID, etc., like everybody's was in this particular space. And I believe there's still a place for both.
yes,
And, particularly the live thing, like the festival is the social interaction
yeah,
that people get,
yeah,
which I'm sorry, but that just does not work online because, people are doing other things and they're not in each other's physical presence. They can't go out to lunch together. They can't go out for dinner together.
yeah,
And, when I did my training way back in, as I say, 1993, everybody was away from home. Everybody was staying at the hotel. Everybody was going out to lunch together. Everybody was going out to dinner together.
mhm,
And some of my biggest breakthroughs didn't happen in the classroom. They happened over conversation at lunch and dinner.
yes,
And that all kind of like disappeared when things went online.
yes,
So I think that those are some new insights, which when I first started delivering this stuff, we didn't have them because the big change of COVID and lockdown and all that kind of
yeah.
stuff hadn't happened.
Happened, yeah.
Yeah,
It completely changed the landscape, didn't it? And it's
yeah,
and successful, and it's interesting because I mean, and I think that's what's so special about you presenting at the festival is it's one day and it's live only.
yeah,
There's no recordings that people can catch up with afterwards. You've got to be there. So we'll actually be
yes,
immersing ourselves in what you've just described, which is fantastic. And I'm really looking forward to that part.
yeah. There's nowhere to hide.
Yeah, there's nowhere to. Well, that will be interesting as well. Yes. So if you had one, what would be your top tip for delegates attending the festival?
I think it would be to have a a goal
Hmm.
for what they want to come away with.
Brilliant.
You know, what's the one thing that if they were to come away from that day with that one thing would totally transform their ideas about their empowerment business.
I'm going to start working in that one straight away. Thank you. And so, I mean, finally, David, as I said, I mean, we're. It turns out now that we're local to each other. When we chose the
Yeah.
venue of Nottingham, we didn't live in this area, and I don't think you did either. But that's how things happen, isn't it? Some of the many changes. So, what has inspired you to want to present this one-day event for the NLP conference?
Um, I spend a lot of time looking at the NLP field, the empowerment field in general. And there are good things that are happening. And there are things where, to be honest with you, I go, oh no. You know, people offering a $5 NLP practitioner certification
Mm. Takes an hour.
online, obviously. But you know, it kind of like devalues the whole field. And also it devalues the person doing it. You know, because what they're saying is, I'm worth $5.
Yeah.
And you know, this particular person, you know, obviously, is he getting lots of people on his practitioner training? Yeah, about 800 or 900 people online. Well, I'm sorry, that's not what I think of as being a training. That's an event. That's you know, at best, an experience. And as a result of that, what I've seen is that the quality of NLP training has plummeted. And, you know, rather than just complaining and moaning about that, we decided to do something about it.
Yeah.
And obviously the festival is one of those things. As a way of doing that is to have people start to realize that what they've got with their NLP skills is as valuable today as it was before.
Yeah.
To start to value themselves more, and therefore be able to run not only a sustainable business in the empowerment space and a profitable business. Because my personal belief is, if you're working in this space with the intention of empowering other people, you deserve to be able to make a good living out of it.
Yeah.
And that's really what the day is about.
That's absolutely wonderful. Thank you, David, and thank you for agreeing to do this for us, because I think it's going to be an incredibly exciting and empowering and enlightening day for all of us. So, just to remind people, the whole title of the day, which I need to refer to, is NLP Ignite, a
Yep.
one-day journey to passion, purpose, and profit. I
Yep.
mean, that title in itself I think it raises the curiosity bar and
Good.
encourages people. So thank you so much. That is happening. The NLP Festival is happening on Saturday, the 17th of May in Nottingham at the Crown Plaza. And I, for one, am definitely looking forward to everything about that day. So thank you
Yeah, me
so
too.
much, David.